Good morning, students. Today I am going to discuss a poem of class 11 syllabus, Meeting at Night, written by the famous Victorian poet Robert Browning. Robert Browning belonged to an age, the Victorian age, where despite the progress of science to some extent, there is a lot of conservative in society. In those days, boys and girls were not allowed to meet so freely. Why I'm saying this? This is because this is a love poem. And the poem describes the secret journey of a lover to meet his beloved. The very title indicates this, meeting at night. Night, an element of secrecy is maintained in the word night. There is also a second part to the poem named Parting at Morning. The poem was published in 1845 in Dramatic Romances and Lyrics. There is also some autobiographical resemblance to the poem. Some argue that the lover in the poem is Browning himself, and the love story has quite a resemblance to Browning's own love affair with Elizabeth Barrett, who later became Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Browning fell in love with the lady Elizabeth Barrett after reading her poems. The girl's father was very strict. They were not allowed to meet. And later on, Browning and Elizabeth Barrett eloped and married in Italy. So some autobiographical resemblance may be there in the poem. So let us now proceed to the poem. There are two stanzas in the poem. The first stanza describes the excitement of the lover's journey, and the second stanza describes the fulfillment of the meeting. The lover had to cross so many hurdles, and that too at night, in order to meet his beloved or lover or fiancé or lady love. It's an arduous journey, strugglesome. Indirectly, this also suggests the process of relationship, love relationship. True love has to overcome all the hurdles in order to succeed in life, or in order to let their love finally mature. The poem describes a nocturnal journey. I have already told the journey ultimately ends, or rather, the lover is able to meet his beloved at night, meeting at night. So it's a nocturnal journey. That may be also called clandestine journey. Now, let us move to the poem. The grey sea and the long black land. The first word which strikes us is the use of color. Grey. There are so many use of colors in course of the poem. The colors are used by Browning to paint the landscape and also harmonize it with the mood of the lover as he sets out in his journey to meet his lady love. The grey sea, the grey sea on the apparent level suggests it is evening. So the sea appears grey. Metaphorically, it may imply, or the word grey symbolizes the gloom, the despair of the mood of the lover, the pain in the mood of the lover, as he is not sure, he is apprehensive whether he will be able to meet his lady love. So the grey sea symbolizes the sad, gloomy, despairing, painful mood of the lover. And the long black land because it's after sunset. It's darkness prevailing everywhere. But the color black symbolizes the secrecy of the journey. Goponiyota, the secrecy of the journey. And the yellow half moon, large and low. How is the moon? It's yellow, it's half, it's large and low. Why is the moon large and low? It's just after sunset. The moon has not yet got its full luster. It is just rising in the eastern horizon. Hence, it appears large and low. It's yellowish. Just after sunset, there's still a reflection of the sun on the moon. So it's yellow. And the startled little waves that leap. The waves are categorized, or the adjective startled is used to mention the waves. The little waves got startled. They were surprised at the sudden rush of the boat in which the lover starts his journey across the sea. And the startled little waves that leap. So waves are here personified. Waves are, the figure of speech used here is personification. Waves leap. Leap means to jump, to spring. So the waves got startled and they jump in fiery ringlets as if they're alarmed. There's a violent outburst. The waves were as if sleeping. But suddenly, with the onrushing boat in which the lover sets out, the waves got startled from their sleep. They leapt in fiery ringlets. The word fiery, it is associated with the violent passion of the lover. And the waves got awakened from their sleep. So the lover rows out in a boat, starts his journey in a boat across the sea. As I gain the cove is shore, bay, bank or rather, sea bank, sea shore. As I gain is here reach. So as the lover reaches the shore of the bank or shore or the bank with pushing prow, what does he do? He pushes the front part of the boat. Prow is front part of the boat. He pushes the prow. You have seen the boats. They are then pushed inside in the bank and then they are anchored. No more gada hai. So as I gain the cove with pushing prow, I push the front part of the boat as I reach the sea bank and quench its speed. Quench suggests generally satisfaction. Quench thirst to use. But here quench down means, quench its speed means to slow down. The movement of the boat slows down as it is now anchored on the shore. Where and quench its speed in the slushy sand. Slushy is soft, watery, muddy. So the boat is anchored in the slushy sand. The speed of the boat slows down as the lover pushes the front part of the boat and anchors it in the slushy sand. So the lover has now crossed the sea. He is going to meet, after such troublesome journey at night, maintaining all the secrecy, away from the glare of the public eye, his fiancée or lady love. Next. Then a mile of warm sea-scented beach. So the second part of his journey, he had to cross a sea beach of 1 mile long. How long is this sea beach? A mile long. How is the sea beach? It's warm and sea-scented. Why is it warm? It was exposed to sunlight all day long. Hence, there is warmth in the sewage, and she sent it. It's warmth of anticipation, rather. The poet is indicating the warmth of anticipation. The lover is going to meet someone special of his life. Next, 3 fields to cross. Then, the lover had to cross 3 fields again of unknown distance. The distance is not mentioned here, so unknown distance. To cross, he crossed till a farm appears. Farm is farmhouse. The lady love, the beloved of the lover, the fiancé of the lover, resides or lives in a farmhouse. So after crossing a sea, a mile of sea beach, and 3 fields of unknown distance, the lover reaches a farmhouse. The farmhouse belonged to his lady love. A tap at the pen. So he had to maintain secrecy. So he could not shout or call by name. The lover just made a tap at the pane. Small knock, tap at the pane, window glass, to announce his arrival, to let the lady know that her world, her lover has arrived. The quick, sharp scratch. How does the lady respond to the tap at the pane? As the lover announces his arrival, his fiancée, who was so long eagerly waiting, anticipating to meet her lover, she responds by lighting a match. At a quick sharp scratch and blue spark of a lighted match. What is spark? Sudden flash. And the flash shot and the flame appears blue. The word blue, again use of color. It's actually the fulfillment of love. That is, they are going to meet at last. They are going to meet at last. So, the color blue is sweet sensuousness and the fulfillment of love. So, blue spark of lighted match. The lady lights a match from the other side of the window pane in order to let her boy lover know that she is waiting for him there. And a voice less loud. Next, a voice is heard. How is the voice? Less loud. Use of comparative degree. Less loud than what? Where is the then? Then is it in the last line. And a voice less loud. We should now move to the last line, then we'll follow this line. And a voice less loud than the 2 heard spitting each to each. That means a voice is heard, a voice of the lover is heard. It was so loud. That means less loud. Rather, so loud means very less loud than what? Than the voice of the 2 herds beating each to each. What does the phrase 2 herds beating each to each suggest? It suggests the throbbing herds. The hearts were throbbing in excitement. They were so close, the unison of the lovers. They are meeting after so much difficulty, so secretly. So, and a voice less loud, a very low sound is heard, low voice is heard, that is less than even the sound of the 2 heartbeats of the lovers. Now the previous one. Through his joys and fears, there are 2 contrasting emotions here also. On the one hand, they were joyous, the lovers were joyous, since they are meeting after such difficulty, overcoming so much hurdles or hardships. So they were very happy, they were glad, they were ecstatic. And why feared? They were scared, they are fearful, they are frightened of being caught The girl's father, already has mentioned, was very strict. So, for the fear of being caught red-handed, they were scared, afraid, frightened. And getting caught would be really disastrous for their relationship. They would have been doomed there only. So, two contrasting emotions are there. Joy on the one hand, and on the other hand, they are fearful. So, this is where the culmination of the desperate journey of the lover and the exhausted waiting of his lady love happens. That is all what Robert Browning has stated in his poem. Read it well, follow the word meanings, and see how the poem proceeds, how the journey of the lover proceeds. That's all for today.